So the Super Bowl happened, and I don't really know anything about sports except for what I see in movies and films that I enjoy, and I can't really say much about the game itself. If you're a fan of either team, I hope the one you wanted to win won. But what I'm here to talk about, strangely, I know, is trailers. I don't think I've done a trailer review in 8 years, potentially. A lot of trailers dropped that I enjoyed seeing, but I'll be completely honest, in regards to the C word content right now, Hollywood is not doing a lot for people who run movie-based YouTube channels like myself. I want to talk about Twisters first because strangely, out of all of them, this is actually the movie that I feel like part of me is most excited to see, which I know for some people that doesn't make sense and I understand entirely, but the original Twister just means so much to me. And I was very curious to see what this trailer would tell me in regards to story or details about the characters, because honestly, up until now, I've just been wondering what exactly is this movie in relation to the first one? Clearly, it's referencing the first one. It's even using the same title font as the first one. And they've said so far that it's not really a sequel, but kind of is, and it's not really a reboot, but kind of is. And after watching the trailer, I still don't know. From what I'm seeing in the trailer, it honestly looks like a remake more than anything. They have the same device that Helen Hunt and Bill Paxton used in the first movie. A cowboy-looking dude played by Glenn Powell is chasing down some twisters, and Daisy Edgar Jones is by his side also chasing them down, and so I feel like it's Twister, but new. I don't know exactly what they're doing, but what I am really excited about is weather-based movies. I miss the days of Volcano and Dante's Peak and Deep Impact and Day After Tomorrow and all that shit. I miss giant movies coming to the big screen about weather disasters. Do I know if Twisters is going to be any good? Of course not. Do I hope it will be? Certainly. The next is A Quiet Place, Day One. This is just a 30-second spot, but there was also very recently a full-blown trailer for the movie. What excites me most about this movie is two things. One, of course, Lupita Nyong'o, who is immensely talented. She makes it look easy. She's one of those actors where you look at her and you believe everything she's selling. She's so fantastic in every movie she's ever done, but she is that level of actor where you watch her in a movie and you're like, yeah, I could probably do that. And no, you couldn't. And gratefully, the other thing is actually the concept behind the movie. The fact that you're seeing the aliens arrive on Earth on day one when no one understands how any of it works. They don't understand that they're attracted to sound. And I really want to see what this chaos looks like. I'm also curious about her character in general because in both the Super Bowl spot and the full main trailer, I don't think she spoke at all. She had like a moment where she gasped, and I'm wondering if whatever direction they take her character has something to do with why she's surviving longer than others on day one. This is the filmmaker behind Pig, the excellent Nicolas Cage movie that more people need to see. This is a big transition from a film of that size to a movie like Quiet Place at Day One. It's also a completely different kind of movie. And I'm really excited about the idea of versatile filmmakers that can prove that they can make an indie drama like a movie about a guy who's just trying to find his pig, or aliens invading Earth attracted to sound and killing everyone. That's really exciting to me whenever I can see a filmmaker that can go through all different kinds of genres like that, and I'm really pulling for him. I hope he does a great job. Of course, the big one that everyone's going to be talking about is the film that's no longer titled Deadpool 3, and that's Deadpool and Wolverine. Obviously, the team up of Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman is something that everyone's really looking forward to, and this trailer, surprisingly actually, doesn't really show you any of Wolverine except for at the very end and only for a few frames. You might argue that this trailer had multiple jobs: get people hyped for Deadpool 3, get people excited about it, get butts in the seats and yada yada yada, tell a little bit of the story, but I really think it just had one job, and that is to convince people that Disney is not ruining Deadpool. And I think it mostly did that because the trailer is surgical at showing bloody shots, a little bit of suggestive dialogue, making sure that we know that Deadpool is even going to break the fourth wall and look at us and reference Disney as an entity. If this movie works out, I think it is exactly what Disney needs right now in the MCU, and I think it would be incredibly smart, and I very much hope that they have maintained this, to just let Ryan Reynolds, Sean Levy, and company make their movie. Don't interfere at all. Let them poke fun at you, Disney. Let it be bloody. Let there be a lot of language and foul, crude references. Just let it happen because that's what Deadpool is. Disney sometimes does acquire properties and then sort of do things right, but also not. I saw She-Hulk. I didn't hate it as much as other people, but it also, I'm never going to really remember that show. But the one episode where Daredevil was involved was obviously better than others, but there was still an aspect of it where I was like, that's not quite, you're not quite there yet. So I'm hoping that Disney understands that when they acquire these properties and there's already a built-in fan base, there's really no need to change it. Just let it be what it is. We already like it. But this trailer did make me very happy, and I am endlessly excited to see the film. I also want to talk about Monkey Man, which is Dev Patel's directorial debut. It's executive produced by Jordan Peele. And no, it is not a movie about the crazy guy from Hey Arnold, even though that would be really, really funny. There was a brief 30-second spot that showed on the Super Bowl, but there was also a full trailer released not that long ago. And this movie is very intriguing to me. Yes, a lot of people are commenting that it looks like John Wick, but with Dev Patel. And that might be true. But I love whenever a first-time director takes a really big swing, because this is not like what most first-time directors try to do. A lot of times, especially with actors, when they direct their first movie, it's usually smaller. Maybe it's a chamber piece, maybe it's just a couple characters. This is not the case here. This is a really big movie with a lot of stunts and a lot of fight scenes. And from what I've seen from the trailer, it looks extremely fun. But it's also exploring a culture that I admittedly know nothing about and am excited to hopefully learn about, while also watching Dev Patel kick a lot of ass. Lastly, and very surprisingly, the trailer that impressed me the most was actually Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I thought the first teaser was good, but this one really showed that there's a lot of depth behind the film, and the idea that apes during this era are learning about human evolution and what exactly happened there, the things that humans were able to do. Now the apes are at the top of the food chain and they hunt humans, and there's one ape, our protagonist, who is thinking that maybe that's not right. And he's going to clash with the leader of his clan, and I find that really fascinating. But I don't know, this trailer actually really genuinely blew me away, and it actually got me feeling really warm inside and nostalgic for the idea of seeing a giant event movie at theater again. It's very strange that this specific movie made me feel that way, but maybe it's just that the Apes movies have maintained this level of prestige throughout this recent trilogy that makes it still feel kind of important, where even though Deadpool and Wolverine looks good and all these other films I've mentioned do, I don't know yet. You know what I mean? And we're so like superhero fatigue right now. So even though Deadpool and Wolverine looks great, I'm like, I'm gonna see it, but you know, okay. This one, for whatever reason, really looks epic and cinematic, and I really hope that it delivers on all of those fronts. Guys, let me know if you'd like me to occasionally review more trailers. I am open to it. I have no problem doing it. In the past, I just felt that I couldn't really add anything to it of weight or substance, and maybe I still can't, but I do like talking about being excited about movies, because I feel like all of us need that, and especially with the strikes last year, the stuff that's going to be coming out this year will dwindle a bit, and there's going to be some strange spaces where nothing is happening. And so being able to feel still optimistic about going to the movies, I think I need that. If you have been checking out my feature presentation segment, I have reviewed Iron Man, The Fugitive, and the 2008 Incredible Hulk. I got a lot more of that coming. I hope you guys enjoy that segment, because truthfully, I am feeling like a kid again doing those videos, and I hope you guys are checking them out. Thank you guys so much as always for watching. Look forward to more videos very soon. And if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.